Hello there and welcome to this second video for Christmas 2020 on Fishing Planet. I have switched back to my Microsoft account. Looking at the numbers involved in terms of the fish you're going to need to catch for this, I suspect I might just concentrate on one account. But you never know, I might manage to do it on both, might not even manage to do it on one, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to have a bit of an explore. This is going to be completely working it out as I go along, but I just thought it might be fun to do a video as I went. And I'm going to go at the first actual sort of mission as such. And so we, in the first video, went and collected the contents of the stocking at Lone Star and got these few bits. Now I've pretty much got everything in my inventory that I've got at home on this one because I've engineered as much storage as I can in my backpack. I notice that the token counts as a special, but the other bits I think count as, they count as a unit of storage. So we've got the pure snow in there and the mega cookie ground bait, and the ginger cookies I think are the only bait that I've got that is Christmas specific. I'm hoping that I can catch some of these Goby on things like night crawlers maybe, or bloodworms. I'm not really very sure how it's going to work. Maggots possibly. Anyway, it doesn't really cost very much to get to Lesnivelia, so that's where I'm going to start. I've got the license. I've got a very light bottom rod and a slightly lighter bottom rod, and then a very heavy bottom rod if I want to convert that over, just to give myself a bit of extra rods. I've now got, I think, just recently got a triple rod holder with bleepers on, so that should help a little bit. So I think we'll just go for it, travel and see what's to do, see how difficult these are going to be, because the numbers are pretty big. I think it's 50, 60 and 70 or something for these fish. 50, 60, 70, yeah, so that's a lot of, that's 180 fish just for this mission. Now if you can just pull them straight out, that's one thing, but otherwise, it could be a real slog. So let's have a look at the inventory. That hook's going to need to come down, I think, for a Goby. Maybe a 6, and we'll go for the ginger cookies straight up. So I think we'll go with bloodworms. Certainly these two setups need to be going, and then we could use a float rod. Now what I would normally do for any fishing here, now Goby isn't a standard fish here, I don't think. I'm pretty certain Goby's not here in the normal way, but I'm going to head to the normal area where I would fish here, and see what happens. So I haven't done any prep for this at all. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. So I think we just have to work it out as we go. I'm just looking around to see if I can see. There's a jukebox. I wonder if there are any other stockings here. Let's go and have a look. There's the Santa sack, which we know we can't do yet. There's a present in there which we also know we can't do. There's the jukebox, which we need a token for. Now, I don't know whether that means we need to be standing near the jukebox to catch fish for it to work. That looks like a stocking. Don't think I've ever walked over here on this map before. Okay, now they are a bait that we need later on, I'm sure, because I'm sure I read it somewhere. I don't think there's any point in walking all the way around here. He says walking all the way around here. I'd hate to miss a stocking because I really don't want to be paying out bait coins to achieve this mission, although I did with the I think I did on one account with the Halloween this year, but I worked out that I got most of it back selling the monstrosity kayak anyway. So yeah, we're coming up to the corner. When we go around the other side, we'll have pretty much done a loop. Now, what's this over here? Is this part of the Christmas thing? Is that a... Okay, so it looks like there's a blue sack and a red sack here. And it looks like there's only one stocking. Please do let me know in comments if you find things that I'm missing, as always. Okay, so we are now in a position where I would normally be fishing for the Leslie Villiers competition, a sort of catch-em-all competition. Just looking to see what the bite chart's showing. I think we'll just forward that on. Not very keen on this new system for forwarding time, but there you go. Let's just see what happens if let's put the rod stand out. I have a funny feeling that the only way this is going to work is if you put money in the jukebox, and of course that will be where they get you, where you need lots of tokens. I think you'll probably catch them in the normal way, but you'll catch a lot more of the gobies that we need, or the gobies full stop, if you have the music playing on the jukebox. Now, I don't know how long the music lasts on the jukebox, so there's a lot to learn here. The other thing, of course, is we've got the ground bait to use, so we'll try that as well. I strongly suspect this will probably bring in just a normal fish like a bream or a local fish, yes. So I think it's going to be a case of probably moving over to where the jukebox is, because I suspect you have to keep putting money in it. And as I only have one token at the moment, that could prove problematic. I've just been looking at the further missions and noticed that one of them is at Maku Maku. So I then naturally thought, okay, well that means I can't really do it on my Microsoft account because I'm only on level 47. But obviously I can do it on my Steam account. Maku is not one of my favourite destinations, I have to say. I have to say the two either side, Blue Crab and Maron, are much more, they're much better waterways for me. But I could at least go there for the purposes of this competition. But what I also noticed is if you complete this mission, then you get a pass to go to Germany. And I think that's a one-day lake pass, which actually allows you to go there even if you're not at that level. And then here we get the Maku one-day pass. So I think they've made it so that anyone at any level can do this. Obviously you've got to have the level to get to the basic waterways. But I've yet to confirm that, so again, if you find the answer... Oh, this looks good. Okay, so only another 72 of those to go. That's good, isn't it? Marvellous. So that was on the bloodworms. Basically, I looked at the standard baits for Goby, which I had to look up at Baggersee, the German lake, because there isn't a Goby here in the normal way. So I just checked. Goby isn't a fish that I catch an awful lot of. There is a similar competition at the German lake where you have to catch as many fish as you can, and that, of course, I think it's just literally catch the highest number of fish, and Goby obviously counts just like anything else. So I know Goby's there, but it certainly isn't here in the normal way. So they've just made this a location for the... This looks good as well. This is another green one. Okay, so let's just have a look at this. It's got a Santa's hat on and it's clearly green, and you can see it's ticking off the numbers on the green foolish Goby. Now, be worth just keeping an eye on whether that's a good spot for them, or that's a good bait for them, or what. What we could also do is set up a light. Yep, that will do nicely. Let's have a hook 8 and let's try something. Well, let's just try the... No, we won't try the special baits. I think there's no reason why red worm shouldn't work. May need to play around with the depth of that. I am literally just making all of this up as I go along, so again, this is not intended to be a how to do it video. It's a come along and enjoy the experience of working it out and exploring. So that was a bloodworm, and it didn't catch one, a green or anything else. And we've got red worms on the float setup, and we've got maggots on this setup. I'm pretty sure they will even take a spin bait, spinning bait, shad or something like that, maybe. Have to be pretty small. But from previous experience with these competitions, this most certainly isn't one. This is a bream or something much bigger, or a tench. Silver bream, yep. Yeah, from previous experience with these sorts of competitions, I strongly suspect that getting close to the jukebox and feeding it with coins will massively increase your chances, and probably the only way to get large numbers of coins is to buy them. So that's where they get you. As I say, I think the jukebox is the equivalent of... Oh, now this looks promising. Now that's a blue goby, and we got that on red worms, so it'd be interesting to start to build up a picture here of whether they go for different gobies go for different baits. But that's at depth certainly worked at about 1 metre. So that would be about 3 and a bit feet. Oh, straight off again. So this is a bit like the Lesnivilliers catch-em-all competition, or whatever they call it. I think that's what it's called. There's a perch. It's annoying because I'm actually after a perch, a trophy European perch, for my pike perch trophies mission. But I don't think they have trophy European perch here. I think they only have just European perch, yeah, common. That's a bit of a shame. So I need to go to probably Tiber or somewhere like that to get that one. So of 180 fish needed, I've caught 3. But as I said, this is just an exploration, and what we might do in a minute is actually go and set up the rod stand down by the jukebox and just use the 1 coin that I have got. Pretty sure I've only got 1 coin or token, and we'll just see whether that improves matters. Probably get all rods going at the same time then, I would think. What we don't yet know is that maggots will catch one of these gobies, but I suspect any goby bait will. And what we also don't know yet is whether any particular goby of the 3, the red, blue or green, like any particular bait. This is all quite good fun really, although the numbers involved, the sheer number of fish to be caught, is a bit off-putting. We'll see how we go, guys, and take it from there. Okay, well, let's wind all of this in. and we'll head down to the jukebox. Now, I'm pretty sure I've only got one token. So we better make it count. I'm guessing you've got to be pretty close to the jukebox to, even if it's not to be near the music or for the effect of the music on the fish, you've got to be able to put the tokens in when you've got a number of them. Doesn't look like it wants me to put my rod rest down here at all, which is a little bit odd. Okay, that'll do. So let's just give this a go. So we've got maggots on that one. We've got bloodworms on that one, which was working well anyway. And on the float rod, we've got red worms. I'm just wondering whether to make up the ground bait mix as well. Let's just try the token and see. Pretty sure we've only got one. Let's just have a look at the inventory. And specials, yes, there it is. So there's just one token. So this is okay. So you can see the effect as well as the music playing. And oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect that. So that's a fish that you would normally get. Certainly not at this location. But this is one of the ones we want, I think. Or is it? No. No, I strongly suspect that these aren't going to be counting towards the goal for the mission later on. This is definitely one of the ones we want. So this will give you some idea, guys, as to how long the music lasts for each token. I hope they have some other tracks. That's another green one, and that was on the bloodworm, so that's 3 greens on 3 bloodworm baits. Still doesn't prove that's the Whoops. If you're wondering why I'm not hot swapping by just using the numbers, for some reason the video recording software I use doesn't allow me to do that on the Microsoft account, which is very annoying. So where you would normally press 1, 2 and 3 to pick up the rods, I can't do that on my Microsoft account while I'm recording. I can on my Steam account while I'm recording. Well, it gives you longer than I thought, I suspected. the music would have run out by now. Bandit Akura, I think that's at... Is that at Maku? Or is it at Blue Crab? I'm not sure. As you can see, this is a bit of a... When it goes wild, it goes wild. This is another one of these blue dunce crappies with the glasses. So the music has stopped. Will it carry on? Yes, it will. So it lasts very much longer than the fireworks do. There we go. So I don't know how long that was, but I reckon that's probably something like 4 or 5 even minutes, probably 5 minutes, I would think, real time. So I think it'll be a case of looking out for the tokens, hoping for tokens from the stockings, and I'm guessing the stockings will be at the various locations. So just out of interest, let's see what sort of a difference. Yeah, so that token is gone, so I have no more tokens. Just going to see whether I've got the necessary kit with me. I possibly haven't. I have got an open feeder. Let's see if we can make up. We've got some spicy roach, so that should be enough. If we go here and put some cookie mix in, I'm only going to mix up a very small amount of this, and we'll just assume that some spicy roach will do the job. And then on one of these rods I'll put that open feeder on, and we'll put some of this chum in it and see what happens. So that's got a 15-gram sinker on. That's got a 50-gram. Well, let's put it on the one with the maggots on, because we haven't had anything with that at all. So let's just see whether that helps. And I can remember how to do this. I haven't done this for a long time. Okay, so this should load up with cookie mix ground bait. So this is without the music playing, but with some cookie mix ground bait. It probably would be sensible to mark the location or put a clip on or something as to where that's landing, say hitting the same spot every time. Yeah, if I had another token, I would go and put it in, but I haven't. So I'll have to leave it to you guys to work out the best way of doing this, but I think probably what I would be doing would be going around the cheap locations each day and hoping for some tokens, and then coming back here to try and knock these numbers off. I guess if you've got 5 or 6 tokens, you could get through these numbers reasonably quickly. Certainly we'd be wanting to turn the music down, I think. Just for fun, let's try the ginger cookies. Did it say that they do like ginger cookies, these particular fish? No, it doesn't, but we'll give it a go anyway. That's on the bottom by the look of things, but I'm not too fussed about that. I'm effectively using it as a bottom rod, so just for the absolute sheer fun of it, let's get a mega light rod, or light-ish rod, and very light spinner if we've got one. What's the lightest jig head we've got? Let's just try this. This is just a real shot in the dark, but you never know. It might just work. I'm pretty sure that gobies will take something like a shad or something. Be real fun to try and maybe catch one of these fish on a spinning setup. Yeah, so it looks like possibly if you're going to be using the jukebox, then this is a good location to be at. But if you're not, if you haven't got the tokens and you're just going to slog it out, then possibly the other position I think was doing a bit better. I think I'm very likely to pick up a perch or something with this rig that I'm trying at the moment. Ooh. Okay, well, I hope that's given you some food for thought on this one. I will be experimenting further, and I'll add anything I glean from further exploration. I'll add into the comments section, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. The next video might be a continuation of this one with other stuff that I've found out. Probably do that tomorrow, or it might be the next mission after this one. So look forward to seeing you in the next video, and good luck, guys.